as is.
You're fine?
Okay.
I'm Kevin Coleman with the Sida Post, and I'm with Jeff Lehner, the Ross County Auditor. And you just gave a sort of a long presentation in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And it sounds like there's something really big and critical that you wanted to explain so everyone knew what was happening.
Yeah, so it's important. It's, don't want to overplay the importance of it, but it is important. Ross County, we are updating commercial and industrial parcels for their values in 2025 for 2026 tax bills. And the significance of that is that we haven't done that on a comprehensive basis in Ross County since 2007. And so there's a lot of technicalities and unique circumstances involved in that, but the most important part is that we're going to bring some equalization to the relationship between residential and agricultural parcels that are being taxed currently based on 2022 valuations, and then the commercial and industrial parcels, which generally today are being taxed according to their 2007 valuations. And so we have some equitable work to do. We talked a lot today about fairness and equitability in terms of how we tax parcels in Ross County, and so we've got to do some work to bring some more, equity to our current property tax status quo.
A lot's changed since 2007.
Yes, absolutely. 2007, then we had the 2008 housing market crash. Of course, we had, kind of a semi-recession in the late teens, and then of course we had the pandemic, which has changed a lot in terms of what properties and just stuff in general is worth. And so there's a lot of updating to do, and the 2025 revaluation, which is mandated by the state, is a good time to do it in a way that's comprehensive and fair for everybody involved. So that's the goal. And today we were meeting with the Chamber of Commerce because obviously business owners are a big part of that conversation and equation, and so we're just doing what we can to have a good process and answer good questions.
You pointed out that the values, commercial value, didn't change enough for the state to kick in an automatic reassessment.
Yeah, so historically, I was asked today kind of how we got here, and the history of it, as it has been explained to me, is that the history of it is that we have not had enough commercial and industrial sales in Ross County during this period of time for the state to require an X% increase. And so the way that works is that every 3 years we get an order from the state that says you're going to update your parcels, you're going to update them by X% based on what we see in the sales and the market analysis data that we look at, and then it's up to the auditor to either hit that number or make a good case for why that number doesn't make sense and we think this number is the right one. And there's a lot of back and forth that takes place between the county auditor and the State Department of Taxation in those scenarios. What makes Ross County unique as far as the commercial and industrial side, that Class 2 real estate, is that we haven't had enough sales data to trigger a request from the state as far as that goes. So that's been left up to the local discretion for many years now, and as a result we just haven't updated those. But we're at a point now where the result of doing that is that we're pushing costs onto the residential side that are more appropriately carried by the commercial side because of the actual values of these properties. So kind of a complicated thing. We're working through it. We will work with the business community. We're working with the school districts. We're going to work with property owners on the residential side. It's going to be a comprehensive process that we're really just in the beginning stages of.
So it's moved towards fairness, but a lot of numbers are going to change.
We are moving toward fairness. The standard, as I discussed many times this morning, is fair and equitable. The county auditor is responsible for delivering a fair and equitable valuation of real estate in the county, and so that's what we're working toward as part of this process.
And there are ways to discuss how values have changed, how to argue them down, or give evidence.
What's required is an appraisal, and so what goes into an appraisal is, in the physical sense, you've got somebody who inspects a property, takes the pictures, notes the characteristics of the property, and determines a value on that basis. But for a business or a commercial or industrial owner, you have what's called the income approach. And so there's the physical value of the building itself is one approach, and then there's the income or cost approach on the other side. And there you're talking about what kind of revenue is produced by the business at that location. And so there are two different approaches. We're going to work to kind of bring those together in a way that makes sense and is fair for everybody. And so, like I said, we're at the early stages of this, and there's a lot of work to do, but the time to communicate, I think, is now, because what's going to happen over the next 18 months is that this work is going to be done, and I don't want people to be surprised or caught off guard or feel like they didn't get a fair shake in any of this. So the main message this morning was that I want to work with business, I want to work with property owners in a way that's fair and easily understood by everybody who wants to be involved. So that's what we're doing.
But the big numbers, the numbers will come out for the 26 taxes?
Yes, we're talking about the 2025 revaluation whose effects will first be seen in 2026 tax bills. Yeah.
How can people learn more and communicate with you?
Send me an email, Jeff Lehner at rosscountyohio.gov. Call me at the office, 740-702-3080, or visit our website, auditor.rosscountyohio.gov. We do our best to be accessible, and we're here for you. So thank you.
All right. Jeff Lehner,
yeah.
Auditor of the Ross County.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. See you.